Welcome to this look at a new map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is WOSNICE. This is the new map out by Bartson v3, 251.8 megabytes to download. What does the map look like? Well, it looks like this. It's a fairly small map because that's kind of what you can have. I'm on New Farmer, Normal Economy. What do we start with on New Farmer? We start with Field 79. We start with this farm area, Field 98 and Field 35. There's a river that runs kind of north-south along the middle of the map, and a few sell points we're going to get to have a look at. There are no custom crops on this map. There are contracts available though. There are some mods, a few that we're going to have a look at in a minute, and that will kind of bring me on to, I mean, the periphery you don't need to buy. You can't really do anything with it per se. It's 17,378,000, but we've got some forested areas, and field prices actually are pretty good. Where was that tiny one? There was a tiny little field. It might have been 65 actually. 31 grand. Oh, actually it takes in part of the woodland, but we have some forest available, and that you can buy that in sections, which makes forestry a much easier prospect than having to come up with a load of money in one go. But yeah, field prices, even for the biggest field, which I think is 49, it's 49 or 93, I think it's 49, is only 86 grand. So the prospect of kind of building up to get more and more fields isn't insurmountable. The yard price, hang on, to buy the yard is 59,200, which includes field 79 and a bit of woodland as well. That's going to become more important in just a moment. There's no biogas plant on the map, so if you want biogas, you might have to find a plot that you can flatten or a field and then maybe place one, if that's something that you would like to do. We'll go down the steps. This is our sleep trigger. Actually, sleep trigger's up here. And we'll come down into the main yard, which is where all of our start equipment and machinery is. There are no animals on the map apart from horses. The horses are just here. This is one of the mods, as are the two barn buildings, garage and barn building just there. Like I said, we'll have a look at those in just a second. We've got our water trough there. Feed trigger is inside here. I assume bedding, hay and whatever. But anyway, because oats would be in there, probably in there too. Our dialogue box is just here, and it will hold 5. This will hold 5 horses, and that's the only livestock you start with. We do have a light switch here for the horses. We've got an exit out onto the road there, and we have got an exit a little bit further around here as well, if I can find it. We're kind of on a marshy swampland's probably the wrong word for it. There's our little field we start with just there, but either side of it we've got some kind of waterlogged areas, as you can see. Now, as far as slot count goes, on New Farmer, Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, the slot count's identical. It's 522 out of 1299. You start with the farmhouse, you start with the barns and buildings, and you start with all the machinery held within, which again we'll have a look at in just a second. The light switch is just there. But this is where the warning comes in, and why I was saying about the price for the land. So on New Farmer, it's all here. I can sell all of this if I want to. The barns, the buildings, it's all here, and the equipment, no problem. When you come onto not a farm manager and start from scratch, because you don't own the land, the slot count is still 522, but all that shows up are all your vehicles. To be able to sell the buildings, you need to own this land. As soon as you buy the plot, they come up on your owned items as well. If you want to sell everything, and you can sell everything, including the farmhouse, let's come back over here. If you sell everything, it will look a bit like this. And you can get the slot count down from 522 to 300. So if you sell everything, you get it all the way down. So what we'll do, we'll have a look while we're here then at the mods that are available. So under animal pens is the small horse stable that we've got in the yard. That's 30 grand. Then under short sheds, we've got an average garage, a machine shelter, and a garage for machines. Those are the 3 that are in the yard. and then under farmhouses we've got the red house. And like I say, they will only appear on your list. So if we go across to our garage, at the moment they're all across there because I'm on new farmer. If I come onto a farm manager or start from scratch, it will stop there at the pallet fork, and it won't show the buildings at all on here until you buy the plot. Kind of hidden slots in a way, but then, like I say, if you have this area clear, you can then place. Well, you can put your farm house trigger, pillow, doormat, wherever you want. Then at that point. So, actually, while we were there, what do we start with? We have a Massey Ferguson 5610, a John Deere 6135M, a Bison Super Z056, a pickup 1978. We've got a FarmTech TDK 1600, header for the Bison. We've got a plough, a cultivator. Actually, we've got two cultivators. Seeder, fertilizer spreader, and front loader attachments. Then obviously the barns and buildings. Now, the map is seasons ready. It's also precision farming ready. So it should have a custom soil map. What we'll do is jump in the pickup and we'll start to go around the map. It does say that, well, it doesn't say specifically with seasons, but I'm assuming it'll be with seasons. It does say ice on the roads, lakes and snowmen in winter. That has to be with seasons, which would be something interesting. Now, we're going to go anti-clockwise, I think, round. Lighting's nice. The shadows aren't too dark or too shaded. Colour palette used, very nice indeed as well. It all kind of works. It looks right. We seem to have an issue here at the junction. Okay, well, I'll scoot round you. There aren't any sell points here, but I just wanted to kind of go, just to give you an idea of the size of the map. It's not huge. When we get up here, the top end of the map out here, fairly small strips and fields leading off in different directions. The landscape's nice, the topography's good. You know, it's another one of those ones. It has good undulations. But the map edge, it kind of gives that feeling that it goes on a lot further, which is nice too. I like that. So what we're going to do is head back down to the road. I think we're going to go right here. We'll avoid the traffic jam, which appears to have happened. I think the amount of flowers and trees seems about right. It doesn't seem too over the top. Sometimes you can get maps where there's like way too much, you know, and it just feels cluttered. It doesn't. We've got little bits of kind of forestry copses and things around the place, and lots of these little farm areas, which again don't have sell points specifically. But we do come very quickly to the main store. The main store is just here. We've got our buy point if you want to use it. We've got our sell point, repair point, configure point just there. New Holland dealership with some Deutz-Fahrs in the yard. But we've also got a livestock market trigger here as well. Now at the moment we've only got the horse stable, so we can have horses come up, but this is your livestock market too. So main store, livestock market. We will have a look on the map in a little while, as I always do, just to show you the route we've taken, so you can kind of get some context as to where we've been and where the locations of these things are. Now, from here, the rest of the sell points are in two clusters. The edge of the map is pretty much just off there. As you can see, the car's just gone into it and come back out again. I didn't notice that when I did my initial quick whiz round, but if we're going to head across here, so we're going south now. This is going to be a small machinery map. You know, there's no fences and hedges in the way. There are enough trees around the edges of fields that large machinery might be a problem. That being said, because there are no fences and hedges, you can get away with bigger machinery. You might need to use T-Rex, or if you want to actually cut the trees down for lumber and then take the stumps out, there's no reason at all why you cannot join these fields together, plough them together, make bigger fields. Absolutely no reason why not. So the southern part of the map, come to the first cluster of sell points. Oh, looks like the traffic's unblocked itself. Whoops. I was so busy looking at this, the sign and the train carriages. So, as we pull in, just here, to the side there, we have got Skup u Mariusha. Again, we'll have a look in just a second. As we go further around, we've got the sawmill sell point. So we've got the lumber sell point there. We've got our wood chip sell point just here. And then we've got the spinnery sell point just here. So these are all right on top of each other. Now's a good time to have a look at the map. So we came from the main farm here. We came out onto the main road and across there, round past the traffic jam and just up there. Just have a look out at the fields at the top there. And that's kind of, we were almost, you know, I think we were just about here on the brow of the hill. We came back down around to the animal dealer and the shop. Then we came across this road here, out here to Skup u Mariusha, the sawmill and the spinnery, which are all clustered here. Now we're going to head up and out. There are some farm buildings here, and the map edge is just there, although that is kind of there. That's out of the side of the map. We're going to head straight up to the northeast of the map, where the next lot are clustered, and have a look at the just kind of the map and the landscape as we go, really. Where I lose my mind. Oh, it's over there. Oh, where did I leave the pickup? I didn't remember wandering off like that, but anyway. So, from here, it's very picturesque. It's a nice map. If you are going to do a kind of foray into a let's play or however you're going to play it, and you are going to stick with smaller machinery, it doesn't necessarily have to be area specific. It doesn't all have to be kind of Polish or anything like that, but there are enough fields on here with small machinery that are going to keep you busy for ages. The map doesn't need to be any bigger. But you can see with the lighting, it's only just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. It just seems right. Turning there to the left takes you to the bridge, which we kind of saw as we came out of the main yard. So if we go that way across the bridge, our main yard is just the other side of the river. And it doesn't take long before we come to the next cluster of sale points, which is just up here. If we run up the side of here, we have got the barn sale point, which is just there, tucked in behind the bales. If we come just in here, we've got a fuel point, just there. We've got the dairy sell point, which is just there. We've got a lime point for buying, which is just there. And then we've got the final sell point, which is the, I want to get this right, Wiejski Skup, which is just there. So, from here, all the way up to here, barn, fuel, spinnery, lime station, and Wiejski Skup. Mleczarnia is the dairy, and the lime station, all clustered right in the top there. That is the map. That's WOSNICE. It's like I say, it's not a huge map, but it's nice. It's got a lovely feel to it. There's not much else to say really. I'm just looking down my list, and yeah, there's no more animals to look at. There's no biogas plants to look at. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.